Yep. Here we go. Here we go. So here we go. Big mistake, baby girl. Big mistake. Look at you. Okay, you charge towards the basket. That is gross. You cannot play like that if you want to have a long career, baby girl. That's why I told you about footwork. Look at that. That's an accident waiting to happen. Look at your body, it's extended. Don't do that, baby girl. So what you should have done is assess the situation. You got a clear. That's a 1-2 shot. 1-2 pop it. And 1-2 J. We've been working on it all your life. Also, for the last 6 months before we left, 6 months we've been working on this. You know, you go jab this way and cut one step. Is a real athletic move because you're somewhere out here and you bounce it off the backboard. But you can go 1-2 here, bam, or 1 more athletic. But that's muscle memory. You should practice that 5 times a day, at least 5 times. That's all you gotta do. Just keep it in your repertoire. But if you never practice it, you won't do it in the game. Even if you practice it slow on a rough day where you've had a lot of work and you don't want to go full speed. But you know, some days you work at full speed, some days you work it, just run through it. Jab that way, 1-2 off the backboard, blah. We worked on that. How long did we work on that, Mama? 6 months. You can go here, you can fake. You could have went fake and went this way with a step back. Instead, you just charged to there and did nothing. Just went up there with nothing. You should have stepped back. That's a step back. So you're not working on your step back because you won't do them, or I don't see you do it once. You need to do step back. That's why your step back is so important. You got one. You step back. You could have faked this way and went that way, open spot. You could have just beat her off the dribble. Go 1-2 shoot. If you go in here, you can go step back. Or you can pass. You got a clear shot. You might not want to do that. You might have been trying to take control of that shot and force that. And so if you're going to force it, you need to do. It's going to be a tough shot, but it needs to be a tough shot that you worked on, because a tough shot that you work on all the time is better than maybe this shot if you pass it. If you want to try to take control of that possession, you need to get the bucket yourself if you feel like you need to do that. Because you need to do that sometime. Let's move on. Let's look at this. This was bad. This is great move, but you shorthand your floater. That's not how. Look at how you shoot that up. Look at how you shoot that up. You just kind of. She messed you up a little bit by coming over with the help. She messed you up, and so that's why you got to practice that floater, man. If you don't have people to help you practice, imagine 2 people and how that's going to change the way you did the overhand, right, where you get that hand over there, but you shorthand your floater. You let that mess you up once you come in there. You got to go in there strong. You got to be ready to knock somebody over because you got the right of way. If foul's going to be on them. If you're not running into somebody that's stationary, they're moving. So that's, if you run into somebody stationary, that's a charge. But as long as they're moving towards you, you got the right of way. You got to be prepared to take a hit, and you got to go strong and don't go timid. And it'll force. And so it messes you to kind of. You didn't do your floater right. That's why you missed that. Again, if you feel like this is a shot you need to take it. That's okay, but. Look at that! You got a good pass. She what she did was she's like, I ain't letting you. She knows she feels you. She feels you want to make a penetration move. That's why she just basically leaves her man. So, and I understand that because I told you you're gonna have to make some tough shots because your teammates sometimes they can't rise to the occasion. So You should have done your floater better. Or like I said, in another case, this is a perfect case of just Magic Johnson. Take all these players in there, and then you got a wide open pass. Let's look at the other one. This tells me, at first I thought you might not be working on your moves enough, but I don't know, maybe it was just a little nervousness. These moves gotta be worked out every day, even if it's 15 minutes, on a rough day where you've had a lot of work and where you're just walking through your moves. You gotta go back to your Jada moves, and you gotta practice that stuff and Marcus this, because you won't make plays like this if you're always practicing those moves like they game time or strong, or just working on them slow, because you need both. See that? You just ran into a bunch of nothing. That's probably, I know what you're trying to do, but if you're trying to force it, and they basically got a wall, that's a step back. That's a step back. You got to be able to read that fast. She's not gonna let you go when you first see. They building a wall. She's not gonna let you go. She's not gonna let you. That's a step back. That's all you can do. Or pass it to an open player, which is what you got, somebody wide open. You did that. Like I said, sometimes I'm proud of you in the sense that you felt the need to. Okay, sometimes I got to take tough shots. That's better than some of my teammates aren't not as dedicated as me. They don't work on these shots, so we need a score. A short thing. That's okay. But sometimes you might want to get your teammate open. Now we got to do something with these fast breaks. I mean, you just went in there. I know you wanted it. I don't even know if the only thing you could have done maybe is a floater. You see how crowded that is? Or if you're going to go this way away from her, you got to push into her. You got to push into her and because there's nothing but slap coming with this hand and this hand. So you got to double hold that ball, and maybe you could hook it at the last second. That's tough. When you do these fast breaks, sometimes you got to judge whether to slow it down if you're not in the right position. Another thing, I think Curry likes to get in front of her and make her foul. You be careful because you go get run over when you do that. But you slowly move in front of her and you make her foul. You see what I'm saying? That you can't be missing these fast breaks. That's 2 easy points. You got to figure out. You can always slow down and slow, come back out of it and slow. If you can assess right here, okay, this ain't gonna work. You can slow down and slow it down, or maybe you can maybe you can stop, because that's where the stutter step stop shoot come in if you want to do that, or you can just slow it down and run the offense. But you got that. Now that's a hard thing to do, because you do want to get these fast breaks, but it's hard to judge when to do that. What I'm proposing to you, stop maybe, or stutter step shoot, or move in front of her, get a foul. It's hard to judge when to do that and when to go and take it through. That's a process thing, and you're gonna have to watch film and practice it in your head. You remember these drills where we start right here and we start doing those? You need to do at least 5 of those a day. Do right here and do your Jada series or your Marcus, all of that. Boom, boom, what they doing. So you have all the moves, so you don't have to think about it. It just comes out of your body. And when you process it in your head, your body will do what it needs to do, because you've worked on all those moves. I can just tell you're not working on them enough. You got to work on it at least 5 minutes a day. You got to find a short routine that you can do that won't wear you out. Some days maybe they're full speed. Some days maybe they're just walkthroughs. Walk through the moves. Okay? Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If we come over here, and I'll show you some of your plays. They don't look as smooth. Look at this. Look how smooth that is. That's practice. See how smooth you look? Just compare Just compare. Just compare. Look how smooth that is. That's practice. Look how smooth that is. That's effortless. It's effortless. Let's look at another one. I want to show you when you made that wild move to the basket and you ended up on one leg looking all awkward. That's what this girl was doing all day. You remember this game? She was trying to match you and she couldn't because she didn't have the footwork. She was just going off with pure grit. See, you don't have that. Let me go back before I get to that girl. You don't have this. You can't forget this. That's too important. That's KD, Jordan. I mean, he got it from Jordan, Kobe. You cannot forget this. That is a key. That's like 30% of your game. Pop, they're not gonna let me in. That's like 30% of your game. You can go either side. You could have took her either side. You could have went either way. You could have went both ways on that. You chose to go right. That's just good. But back to that girl. You remember how crazy she was? There she is. She just not gonna let you beat her. You know, effort sometimes ain't enough. When somebody outskills you, that's just look. She just ain't gonna let you. It don't matter. We see how much quicker you are right there. You ain't that quick no more. I can look at you and tell you ain't working on that. All you gotta do. You remember that drill we did? You can start right here if you by yourself, and I'm standing right here, and we just do one, and you're 1, 2, and I stop you. And I just see, well, you didn't beat me that time. Well, you know, you can go eat and you practice either way. You can do it on your own. Boom. Boom. 5 times a day. Boom. How fast can you get from here to here? With 1 step, 2 steps, you know what I'm saying? See how quick you were? And she, look at that. She hustling. It don't matter because you outskilled her. Doesn't matter. See how, when you hustle, now watch this. Watch. She want to beat you so bad. She flying off the thing because she has no control. Because she don't work on that kind of part of her game. Nobody should fly that far, even when they run. I don't care how fast you run. You should have enough control where you don't fly all the way out of the picture. But she can't because she don't work on that skill part. And that's what you starting to lose a little bit of that. Can't lose that. That's why you drove and you ended up on one leg because you can't do wild stuff. I mean, you can, but you don't want to play. You don't want your game to be like that. Look at this, effortless. Look how tall she is over you. You just hooked it. Can't block that. I mean, she can block that. She gonna have to darn near foul you. Watch this, effortless. That's practice. That's nothing but just every day we work on layups. We work on different footwork with layups. We work on all the Jada series. I never taught you how to Euro step. You always Euro stepped on your own because of all of the basic work we did. And I did that on purpose. I saved the Euro step for you because I wanted to see if you would ever, and you did. You would take what I learned and you would do more with it. Because that's what, when you do the basics, that's what it does. Isaiah Thomas one time, he was telling a story about Michael Jordan, the old Isaiah Thomas, and he said that's all Michael really is. It's just he's got his basics down so much till, you know, you just start doing fancy stuff because your body just see that when you go into a crowd, this is probably your best shot, that little floater right up there. It's too late when you all up in her where she can block it. See how you judge that? You get it up before they get a chance to get too far up in you. Let's show you how smooth you are, or you really were. I mean, just see how smooth. Look how smooth. You can't lose this. You can't regress. Now watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you how smooth you used to be. It's because we worked on those fundamentals every day. All the little drills, you need to look how smooth that is. See how smooth that was? Look how smooth that is. Bloop, bloop. Look how smooth that was. But you really had nowhere to go. You had nowhere to go. You've worked on so many skill moves till you just bloop, bloop, and you're not going to get in a bad position. It takes a lot to get you in a bad position because You can't lose that. It's going to keep you healthy. It's going to keep you from getting your leg caught in the wrong place or something like that. You understand? It's one more, and then this will be the end of it. I'm going to show you. I mean, we worked on it all day. This is smooth at it. It's just. I'm going to show you. Look at this. Look at this. Watch this. This is just smooth. That's nothing but skill. You back up. What's that retreat dribble? That ain't nothing but the retreat dribble. And then the step back. You say, oh, that's a step back. This is nothing but the retreat dribble. Retreat dribble. You're so good at it and step back. You just got on scale. It's too much skill. That's what you're losing. You can't let the daily work of your coach, you got to do what they need you to do, but then you got to do what got you there. Look how smooth it now. See, versus what you did a lot in the other game, the 46 point game. All in fact, look how smooth that fast break went. See, that's because your skill. You probably can't even cross over that fast no more in a fast break. Look at this. Whoop. See how quick that was? Effortless. So, that's what you got to work on. And your passing. One more thing about your passing. We'll go back to here. And I'll go back to this folder. Where you're at home. Your passing has got to be, just go over here in these corners where you have where you're not going to break anything. Over here in these corners, there's some over there on the other side too. And pass that ball from like here to here and try to hit a spot. Try to hit a spot. From here, this range, you can back up and try to work on your lob passes too. And just try to lob them over a line or something. Just back over here, away from the goal, right here. See, like whatever. Try to lob. You can work on that stuff and hit them wall so it can come back to you. That's how you can work. Mostly those long passes where you're trying to pass over there and try to hit a spot. Just make sure you're not where you can break something. You're just on the wall. You gotta work on that. Just 5 minutes a day, every other day. That's all. Love you. Bye-bye.